Hello and welcome, whether you're joining us live or in the studio. You're all very welcome. So please come to the position that feels right to you for the start of your class. You may choose to lie or you may choose to sit, whichever feels a good choice to you. And I invite you now to let your eyes close if that feels comfortable to do so. And place your tongue very lightly behind your two front teeth. We know this is fire point in yoga. Just a very gentle connection between the tongue and the upper row of teeth just behind your two front teeth. And in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga class, I am trained to come and help you, in all my yoga classes to be fair, with your shoulders and your neck. I won't be doing that at the beginning of class today, but I will be doing it at the end. And I'll be touching on your shoulders, your ears, your third eye, and your crown chakra. So if you are at home, you may like to have some aromatherapy oil, something like lavender, or you may like to use the crystals associated with the third eye, which is the chakra we are working with today as we practice the law of Dharma. So letting the eyes close and come to the awareness of your breath. The breath always the foundation of the practice. And focus on the inhale through the 2 nostrils and the exhale. Just breathing in and out the 2 nostrils at the moment. Inhale, the belly rises. Exhale, the navel draws back to spine. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, navel back to spine. Focusing on the calm, steady breath, the yogic belly breath. Letting go of any cares, worries, distractions, with the awareness of being in this present moment. So the principle is Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word and it means purpose in life, associated with the third eye. And each of the principles have a mantra, an English and a Sanskrit mantra, which we say out loud together. The law of Dharma states in English, my life is in harmony with the universe. The Sanskrit mantra, Om Varunam Namaha. And we say this together with me. My life is in harmony with the universe. Om Varunam Namaha. My life is in harmony with the universe. Om Varunam Namaha. Just the Sanskrit. Om Varunam Namaha. Whisper. Om Varunam Namaha. And then silently in your head, repeat that mantra to yourself for the next few moments. Om Varunam Namaha. Just keep saying that to yourself. And clearly this mantra has meaning. And even if I didn't say another word about the principle, because these mantras have been used by the yogis for thousands of years, it is in consciousness. And this would start to infuse our body. And so we would begin to become the mantra, if you like. We'd start to feel it and align with the meaning of the mantra. So my life is in harmony with the universe. The beautiful thing about yoga, or one of the beautiful things, is when we are aligned with the universe, we can make right choices for ourselves. We know that the universe will support us. And yoga is a journey of self-discovery, so it allows us to become more in touch with our higher self, our true nature. And as we practice yoga, we'll be focusing on some asana in particular for the third eye, Agya chakra. And ultimately we may find we start to have more wisdom, more insight, more understanding, more connection to our higher self and also each other. And yoga encourages us, this principle does, to become the most we can be, to be the best version of ourselves. We're all unique, we all have our own unique gifts and talents, and to celebrate and honour those. So just a few of the pointers really that may help you deepen your practice today. So one of my favourite asanas to start my practice, I personally start my practice every morning like this. I've already done my meditation and I usually use my crystals on my face, pressure points, which we were doing yesterday for those of you who were with us, is to start lying on the back. So if you happen to be sitting, I invite you to lie down now and come to your back and just lie on the mat with yourself in Shavasana. And we turn the toes in and the palms to the earth on the inhale. And as we exhale, the toes turn outwards and the palms to the sky. Inhale, toes towards each other, palms to the earth. Exhale, toes outwards, palms to the sky. And as we do this, we're going to let the head roll from one side to the other. So the head is rolling in harmony with the arms and the legs. So it's a beautiful asana because it perfectly embodies the principle of least effort, which is actually Wednesday's correct principle, but we work through each principle each week, otherwise we'd always stay with Wednesday's principle, and clearly we wouldn't learn the others. But why are we doing this in particular? Because it directs prana right from your toes all the way to your third eye, and from your fingertips to your third eye. So straight away in doing this asana, we're already, and just do it nice and slowly. Remember you're focusing on your breath, so the movement is with your breath. Inhale to open out the arms and legs, exhale to close, so slow. That's it, movement in harmony with the breath. And I'd like you to visualize, think, feel that your nadis, your energy channels, are already being awakened. So you're bringing energy all the way through your body to your third eye and just back down those nadis. So this is an asana to awaken your third eye as well as gently mobilize your joints. And then leave the head on one side and just rest here and surrender to it. Breathe. And just allow the head to roll all the way to one side, softening the face, the shoulders, the jaw, and then very, very slowly let's turn the head in the other direction. So absolutely no effort. In fact, the more you surrender to it, the deeper the relaxation and the healing. And then come back to center ever so slowly. And then we're going to proceed with another couple of my favorite asanas. Again, exactly what I do in my own warm-up, but I will explain why if you're new to the class. Bring your right leg up, left leg stretches out, and begin to massage your ascending colon. So this is a very good back release, so that we do it for that reason, but we're also working with our digestive system. So your colon runs up your right side, the ascending colon, and we're now going to squeeze the belly with your right thigh. At the same time, lift your left foot to activate the core, and you can begin to lift your head towards your knee. So the nose meets the knee, and the knee needs to come to midline to preserve the alignment of the neck, and then stay on the up and breathe. So this is a really important asana to help with our digestion and help with our guts. We all want to have a healthy elimination system. This is an Ayurvedic approach to yoga, again, for those of you who are new. So Ayurveda, we look at the whole body, and digestion is really important. Now begin to circle your right ankle. You can put your head back down now. So as we go through the body, I'd like you to tune in to that joint, that part of the body we're focusing on, and just see how it feels without judgment. So just be aware of it. You can put your left leg down now. Normally we do about 8 to 10 circles in each direction. Go the other way with that ankle joint, circle. Keep breathing. And then let's work the knees as we're lying down here, and we've got one lady who's needing to lie a bit more today. So stretch your right leg up into the air, bend the knee and begin to circle your big toe in the air, but the action is originating in the knee joint. That's it. So just let's work with that knee joint. And remember, in class there is no competition. If at any point you need to rest or take a break, that's fine. Listen to your body always. Honor your body. Celebrate it, but also honor it and listen to its messages. Circling the foot in the other way. And again, this is all applicable to the law of Dharma. You're listening into your innate wisdom and awakening it. So you're just staying with your knee joint at the moment. You're circling the foot in the air, which is working the left knee joint. And then, the right knee joint, we're still on the right. Then hold on the inside of your right foot for half a happy baby pose. So bend the right knee, bring the knee to the armpit and gently massage into the right hip, the right lower back. And just see again how that's feeling, what's going on in my hip, my lower back. And then extend the right leg if you could. And just stretch out that right leg, so increasing that stretch somewhat now. Good. Take the right arm and right leg all the way along the floor now. And stretch fully on the right side. Take an inhale and sigh. And again, in and sigh. And then take a stretch along the whole body now. Left arm, left leg also stretched out. And you should feel the obvious difference, the clear difference. More prana, more length on the right side, more energy, perhaps more even lightness. So left side now. Hug the left leg towards your body and massage your descending colon with your left thigh. And squeeze that leg into the belly while stretching the right leg out. So this pose is for back release. We might use it in a Pilates class. Its Sanskrit name is Pavamuttansa, but its other English name is wind relieving pose because it helps with wind. So if you have any wind pain or abdominal pain, it's going to help release that. And begin to circle now the left ankle, feeling into your left ankle, breathing calmly and steadily, and then the other direction. Bring the left leg to midline, bring the right leg off the mat, and bring the nose to the knee. So squeezing the belly now a little bit more, the descending colon now, and holding on the up with the, keep breathing, pushing away into the right heel, activating your core muscles, shoulders down, neck long. If it troubles your neck, clearly put your head down. And then slowly lower the right leg, extend your left leg, bend at the knee, and trace a circle in the air with the big toe to work into your left knee joint. Again, how's the knee doing? How's it going to work? You might want to hold the back of your left leg. It might be easier for you to do so. Go one way, then the other way. Nice and steady. Stay with your breathing. Again, I'd like you to see if you can step back and can you become the witness? We call it the observer in yoga. Can you just witness rather than getting totally caught up in your story or drama? Hold on to the inside of your left foot with your left hand and come into happy baby pose, massaging the spine as we do so. So learning to be the witness, just, observer. Clearly, I'm inviting you to be observant of how you feel, but not getting caught up in the drama, the story behind it. Oh, I've got a bad hip, bad knee, isn't it difficult? And all the rest. Our mind will constantly tell us those stories if we allow it to. And then if you'd like to, if you did it on the other side, do on this side, extend your left leg. Does that feel a good choice to you? Just explore it. How does it feel? And now taking the left arm, left leg along the floor, take a full inhale and sigh. And again, and sigh. Now interlace the hands and push the heels of the hands, heels of the feet away as if you're on a rack. Take a really full breath in and sigh. And again, in and sigh. Good. So to come up, we're either going to roll to our side and sit up, or you can hold on to your feet, your ankles, and roll on your spine to activate your spine. Whichever choice is a good one for you is fine. And then all the way back up to sitting. Good. And again, we always have choice here. We're going to sit cross-legged, or you may choose to sit in shoelace position. You take your left leg out. I don't mirror image you because I've got people often behind me and it gets too confusing. So the right leg is on the top. You can bend at the left knee, bring the heel of the left leg towards your right buttock. So you could sit like that, or you can lift up and stack your knees. So you get your right knee as much as possible over your left leg. Good, and then arrive on both sit bones. So just check you're nice and square, you're not leaning to one side. Very good. So let's work up the body a little more, and we will do a little bit more work for your hips and glutes before we go on. I'd like us to do a wiggle movement like a snake and wiggle ourselves forward, and you're going to feel an extra pull in your right buttock. And then you're going to use your knuckles and you're going to massage those areas really strongly with your knuckles. From an Ayurvedic perspective, we very much encourage and recommend and prescribe self-massage. It's known as Abhyanga. You'll see it in all the classes I teach. And we just use our knuckles today. Okay. And then we're going to sit up again, nice and tall, shoulders down, coming into working with our wrists now. So fairly forceful with the wrists. We've got lots of windows and doors open, so I'm quite comfortable about using a stronger breath unless you're not comfortable yourself. Clearly you can at home. Through the nose, and it's like this. This is Bhastrika Pranayam. There is a write-up in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga book if you'd like to read about it. It's a cleansing pranayam and just awakens us up a bit and gets rid of stale carbon dioxide sitting in the lungs, also strengthening the wrists. Good, in readiness for some stronger work. Tuck your thumb under and begin to circle your wrists. Now, if I'm not teaching, I'll nearly always close my eyes because I just find I'm more focused, I'm less distracted. The other suggestion, if you do want to leave your eyes open, focus on something that is calming to you. In the studio, we have some lovely representations of the chakras, as Buddhas, flowers, something that will keep your mind centered and quiet. I don't want the mind to be wandering off. We want to stay in focus. Extend the arms and let's do the elbows now. Growing tall, opening out your chest. Feel free to use any blocks or cushions, of course, that help you to sit better or help it to be a little easier for you. Good, the other way. And again, how my wrists, how my elbows. I'm just being with it. I'm just observing it, taking responsibility for myself. And now shoulders. So put hands on shoulders and begin to circle the shoulders. Feeling into your shoulders. Nice, calm breath. Tongue still at fire point. Go one direction and then the other. Nice and steady, good. And then generally speaking, I like to do this in most of my yoga classes. Left hand on heart, right hand on left. Come inwards, feel into your heart. First of all, observe your physical heart. How is it today? Without judgment. And then how's your emotional and spiritual heart? Just feel into it. Again, no judgment. Whatever feeling, emotion, thought arises, be with it. And remembering the little phrase that you'll hear us use, what we feel, we heal, what we resist persists. So just by the action of feeling into your heart, allowing the emotions to arise, whatever they might be, is a way of healing. Good. And then release. Now we're going to cross the other way. You can, if you're sitting in shoelace, you can come up and stand on your feet, take your hands over to your left side, swivel right on your feet. So you just simply swivel, which means that the left leg should now be on top. Did we get there? Or have we got our legs in unusual positions? All right, sit up. Let's do our necks. So drop the shoulders and very slowly bring our chin to our chest for our half circle. And really feel into your neck. How's it doing? Is it stiff? Does it need extra help this morning? Good. And then look up and look from side to side now, all the way around. One more to each side. Hold it here. Keep breathing. And then the other way. Good. And now stretch the neck. Take hold of the base of your neck. And as we exhale, we stretch the neck as if we're pulling the head away from the body. We look up, open the chest, open the heart. Breathe calmly. Look down, slide the fingers down the neck and self-massage your neck, tops of the shoulders, and you can start, you wring your neck. So give it a really good massage through. Lovely. And go once more. And look up. And look down. Okay. Lovely. Now, because we're working with the third eye, this is clearly very connected with your eyes. So we're going to do a couple of eye exercises. I teach these more on Tuesday evening on the face yoga and on Friday morning in the Abhyanga and self-massage. However, there's a very interesting couple of exercises you can do to awaken your vagus nerve. So I've become very interested in the vagus nerve. It's very much in vogue at the moment. You hear a lot about it, a lot of research being done. The main cranial nerve coming the back of the head, it comes through the throat, through the respiratory system, through the digestive, all the way into pelvic floor. Now the vagus nerve is associated with your parasympathetic nervous system. So if we can calm the vagus nerve, our whole body will calm down. And so there are specific exercises for the vagus nerve. I'm just going to teach you one today in this class. And what we're going to do, we're going to take your right hand and hold onto your left ear and take your head over to your right. Remember, I'm not mirror imaging you. And then look up, but with a steady gaze, to your left diagonal. Now, all I want you to do is just hold that position and breathe. So you're looking up to your left, your head's over to your right. Now, because I'm talking, my eyes will be blinking a bit, because your eyes, when you're talking, they will become active. If possible, I'd like you to keep your eyes still. And all I want you to do is breathe. And just be calm about it. It's clearly a stretch for your neck anyway, so that's a good reason to do it without the vagus nerve. And what happens when we awaken the vagus nerve, we start to go into what we call the parasympathetic nervous system, and the rest, digest, heal, restore, whereas many of us are in the sympathetic, the fight or flight. So I'm doing a lot more work on this on those other classes. And the minimum amount of time you should hold this for is about 30 seconds. And what you might find, if you're very quiet, I'm not feeling this because, say, I'm talking, you might notice you want to yawn, you might find there's a little more saliva in your mouth. These are signs the parasympathetic nervous system is kicking in. And then just slowly sit up, but have your eyes closed for a moment, and just experience it. You'll probably just feel quite lopsided, feel you stretch one side of the neck more than the other. Now take your head over to your left side and hold on to your right ear and look up to your left now. So 30 seconds is the minimum amount of time, but normally we'd advise, if you want to try this again when you go home, just wait till you might feel some sort of response in terms of maybe wanting to yawn. And the saliva in our mouth, that's an interesting one, because you know when we're in the fight or flight syndrome, the mouth dries up, and that's because we're preparing to fight or flight. So the blood is directed away from the calming muscles to the ones to help us run or fight that saber-toothed tiger as in the past. I'm just going to stop talking myself because I haven't as yet felt any extra saliva, just because I'm too busy in my mind. Calm breath, of course. And try and keep your gaze steady, that's the other thing. Try not to let your eyes flicker. A steady gaze is a sign of a quiet mind. And then just come back up and just close your eyes a minute and maybe just nod your head or roll it around, especially if that stretch felt a little bit, uncomfy to you. And just for a moment, just observe how you feel. observe your mind. Now, there's a whole host of other stuff I could do, but this isn't, this is more dynamic class, so I'm not going to spend more time on it. And just gently open your eyes. Has anybody noticed any results already? How's your mind? How do you feel?
My left glute is on fire.
Is it? Oh yes, we've sat here for a long time, haven't we? I've forgotten about that bit. But any other, you can take out your legs and give them a little zigzag to the side. We won't even do an extra hit on that. Are there any more beneficial? I should have just said sitting cross-legged, shouldn't I, Rich? You could have come out of shoelace. Can anybody feel any other benefit, any change in the system or not? Or not? What's that? No, okay, fine. Don't worry. You just need to do more. We'll just do more of this sort of work. But just take it from me, that's an exercise to awaken, start to calm down your nervous system. As is the whole class, of course. Yoga itself is very, very good for the vagus nerve. Anyway, let's please come onto our hands and knees now for cat stretch, lion's breath. And we take our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Inhale, look down at your knees. Exhale, stick the tongue out to make a lion's roar. Now really go for it, really get that back moving, breathing in. Exhale. Now, again, why we're doing this, firstly to mobilize the spine, but also because this exercise very much starts to allow you in spitting out, literally spitting out any negative thoughts and emotions. It allows us to release things which we're holding on to, which are not serving us. And as you stick your tongue out, you can literally in your head name what that negative thought emotion might be. So we have the intention to let go of anything that doesn't serve us. Hold the cat stretch, drop the head down. And before we come up, I'd like you to start to circle your back in any way that feels good to you. So just going with your innate intuition. We're all intuitive. We have that inner guidance, that inner wisdom, but we have to tune into it and allow ourselves to just go with that flow. So maybe you want to do a figure of 8, maybe you just feel that you want to sway around, whatever. Don't think it. That's the guide here. Don't think it, just do it. Because intuitively our body knows what we need. We'll do it a few more times. Make sure if you're going one way, please, you've gone the other way. Good. And then take yourself onto your toes, walk your hands towards your feet, push into the floor with your feet, and really slowly roll ourselves up in readiness for salute to sun and some standing work. Let's take a side stretch first. So take hold of your wrist and give yourself a really lovely big side bend. That's it. Good. Well done, everybody. Come back to center. Go the other way. And then give a shake out. Shaking is good. It releases tension. There might be little areas in your body that haven't fully been released yet. So give them a good shake through. Oh dear, I've got my mic attached to the wrong t-shirt. We also have to have mics on, for the, so I'll just remove this. Get yourself ready for salute to sun, please. Coming to the front edge of your mat. So if you haven't done this class with me before, we do 12 rounds of salute to sun. That can feel a lot to newcomers, or if you're not so well or you're recovering from illness. Clearly, as with anything, please take it at your own pace. First 2 rounds, in any case, are done slowly while we learn the form and check that we're doing it properly. Then we flow. I'll be changing some of the step backs. Your choice, whether you do the whole thing or whether you take a break, always up to you. How does it feel to you? So we take it nice and steady to start with. So let's bring our hands into Namaste. And let's recall and remember that salute to sun is a form of worship to the sun, the divine, the universe. So if you choose, you can dedicate your practice, see it as a form of worship, if you choose, if that feels a good choice and what you'd like to do. Take some full deep breaths, plant your feet firmly, shoulders back and down, chin retracts, feel planted and grounded. Inhale, sky reaching pose. Push upwards with your hands, but downwards with your feet so you feel grounded. Drop the shoulders, looking up if that feels appropriate, adding in a back bend if it feels appropriate, but keep your back bend little. As you exhale, if you have a back injury, you could roll down, otherwise you can hinge down. Drop the head, slightly bend the knees, and let's hit the glutes. Again, this tells them to work, tells them to fire up. They know they have to do some work now. It's also a form of massage. And while you're here, just massage your knees, your ankles, your lower back, wherever you think you're a little bit uncomfy. You could do with a little bit more release. Go ahead. Drop both hands to the mat for hands to foot pose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop the head. And we're going to come into dangle pose. If this makes you feel dizzy in any way, then obviously avoid it. Just come up and dangle here. Just maybe wiggle around a fraction. Again, explore it. What feels a good choice to you. Maybe take your hands over to your left side. I quite like that because it stretches out my tighter side. Then we can come back to center. And then to your right. In actual fact, for those of us who do the Tai Chi, this is a move that's part of the Yu Jing Jing style in Tai Chi. So that's actually a Tai Chi move. Just have a little bit more music to help with the flow. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop the head. And take a big step back with the right leg. Put the knee to the mat unless you have an injury, in which case, as Michelle's doing, you can use high lunge or warrior one. Press into your right hip. Feel that stretch in your right hip flexor. Look down. Can you see a big toe on your left? You don't want that left knee moving inwards. Reach forward with the arms. And initially, we take the hands to the back of the head to open the heart, open the chest, and look up if that feels good to you. Always just take some good, steady breaths here as we come into our warm-up. And we're going to add a rotation. Stretch out your left arm and your right arm and look to your right arm, pushing still into your right hip. Keep breathing. Come into down face dog or chow pose, and we walk the dog. So if you need a slightly more restful practice, you can come to chow pose when we're in down dog if you have a wrist injury. Walking the dog, the feet are parallel in hip width. You may now like to roll over your toes if your toes allow it. So you come onto your tiptoes, roll over the toes, check your joints, are they all aligned? That's it. And then bend both knees, bring your stomach towards your thighs, lift your hips, fingertips splayed, and find your down dog. So the down dog, it's more important you have a straight back than it is you have straight legs. So find your down dog, that's it. And can you have your hands flat on the floor, Colin? That's it. I'd bring your hands a bit more forward if you can. That's it, but bend your knees. That's it. Remember to rest whenever you need, particularly if we're holding a pose. Bend both knees, put the knees to the mat. Bring your chin and breastbone to the floor. This is known as 8 limbs. Stretch your legs back and come through into your version of cobra. Hold it here a couple of moments. And then look from right side to left. Again, a little bit work for the spine here. The toes can rotate with you. Good. Hold the cobra. Walk your feet in while you bend your knees for your down dog. Start with the bent knees. Stomach to thighs. Keep breathing. Fingers splayed. Middle finger aligned with the side of going straight down the mat. And then if you've got the flexibility, you can drop your heels, but only if you can maintain the length in your back. Full deep breathing. Look forward, swing your right leg through. Crescent moon. So find your crescent moon. Let's come into that lovely big crescent moon. Push into your left hip and take your hands, and you can look up this time. Keep breathing. Hold it. Open out your left arm. Look to your left arm. Get a rotation in there. Good. Well done. Left leg comes through, hands to foot pose. Breathe calmly. Push into the mat. Inhale, sky reaching. Plant the feet. Adding in a full back bend if your back's ready for that. Lovely. Hands back to namaste. Take some calm breaths. Inhale. Exhale, hands to foot. Inhale, left leg, big step back. This time we're going to come open out the right foot to work with the left hip flexor. So you can come onto the side of your right foot if that feels appropriate to you. Push into your left hip flexor. It's slightly deepening the stretch for us all, and into the right glute. Put the foot back onto the mat while we come into our crescent moon. You have a choice. You can have prayer position or hands separate. Keep breathing. Lovely. Keep stretching your arms. Can you get deep in that stretch at all? Exhale, down dog. Walk the dog. Now, a second choice, I'll always give you lots of options, is to take yourself into a rotation. So you rotate your feet. So one heel goes down and rotates. Rotate. So you feel that on the outside of your hips and your legs. Now we're going to take it into another level. We're going to come into full side plank for those of us who like to work more strongly. If you find that too strong, have one knee on the mat, go the other side, or even both knees on the mat. So you're rotating and looking to the top arm. We'll do it 4 times and we'll hold 5 and 6. Yeah, by all means rest at any point. It's all up to, this is a mixed ability class, so clearly we do need to give choices. Hold one side and thread the needle. Remember, you could be on 2 knees. Threading the needle is actually a really good exercise for your shoulder. Swivel round and go the other way. One more. Moving into down dog again, or remain in child pose if you need that break. If you find the heat a bit much, then Lisa Studio is always cool, you'll know that even on a hot day. So our second choice is to come down, find a plank. You can be on your knees if you like. This is known as chaturanga in yoga. So if we feel we want a stronger workout, come all the way down in that position, chaturanga, then slide your legs back and move into cobra. Elbows against your waist, shoulders down. It doesn't matter if it's a low cobra, baby cobra, what's right for your body. Exhale, down face dog. Again, hold the position for a few rounds of breathing. Look forward, inhale, left leg swings through. Before we come up, let's just take that extra hip flexor stretch, coming onto the outside of our left foot. If we could, you don't have to, it's just a choice. Pushing into your right hip, so feeling it more in your left glute, but your right hip flexor. That's it. Are you all there? Are you all happy with this? Or maybe not happy? You're all breathing. Now, you need to listen to one of my favourite singers. This is Sarah Brightman singing Glossoli. And Glossoli means shine like the sun. So I thought that was very appropriate. I've gone back to playing, I've got my Spotify playlist. I thought I'd better rejoin Spotify and then come back into your crescent moon at your level. Keep breathing. Exhale, hands to foot pose. Inhale, sky reaching. And breathe. Now that was just 2 rounds. The next rounds will go more quickly because we're going to flow now. Take it at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. It's all about the breath. Inhale, right. So focus on your breath and quality of movement, of course, for safety. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, chaturanga or 8 limbs. Glide through cobra. You just hold the position, hold the breath. Exhale, down dog or child. Inhale, right leg swings through crescent moon. Exhale, hands to foot pose. In sky reaching. Don't rush it. Focus on the calm breath. Breathe calmly. Good. Inhale. And you don't need to breathe more deeply than you need to. Exhale. Inhale. Left leg steps back. We're trying to keep the breath quiet, steady, calm and deep. Exhale. If you'd like to learn more how to breathe properly, please do come to some of Georgie's classes. They're brilliant. The breath work. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg through, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to foot. In, sky reaching. And breathe. Here we go again. Inhale. Exhale, hands to foot pose. Inhale, left leg, big step back. Crescent moon. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, chaturanga, all 8 limbs, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left. Big step through. Just see if you can find your flow. Exhale. When you really are flowing with the breath, it will become almost like you're not doing it once you know the positions, because the breath does it for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, and I choose the music deliberately. Here is Sing Deep in My Soul now. So we are focusing, on our soul, our well-being, and connecting to our higher self as we practice. Exhale, down face dog. Inhale, right. Exhale, hands to foot. In, sky reaching. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale, chaturanga, or 8 limbs. Glide through, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left. Well done, you're doing super well. This is our 6th round. Exhale, in. Now we have 6 more rounds, but we're going to change the step back. Inhale. Exhale. Let's all come into warrior 1. Right leg steps back, turn the foot out slightly, bend the left knee and look ahead. Stretch the arms. You don't have to have a back bend, but you can if you like. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, chaturanga, or 8 limbs, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg. Turns outwards, right leg steps through. Right leg through. Exhale, hands to foot pose. In, sky reaching. Breathe. Always find that calm breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg steps back. Pelvis square to your front. Warrior 1. Exhale, down face dog. Inhale, chaturanga, or 8 limbs. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. It is warm today, so just check in with how you're feeling. Inhale, left. Warrior 1. Do you need that short break, or are you happy to keep going? Exhale. In, sky reach. And of course you build up to this practice. Please don't be at all concerned if you're struggling a little and you need a break. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2 coming up. Step back with your right foot, open out, look down your left hand. Find your warrior 2. Focus your gaze down your left middle finger. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, chaturanga, or 8 limbs, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Well done, everybody. Inhale, right leg. Find your warrior 2. Well done, everybody. All getting there. And look down your middle finger. I was looking around, but it's better to look down. Keep your focus. Exhale, hands to foot pose. In, sky reaching. Breathe. Check in with your breath. Inhale, same thing on the left. Exhale, hands to foot. Inhale, left. Big step back. Warrior 2. Sink into it. Exhale, down face dog. Inhale, chaturanga, or 8 limbs, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale left, big step through. Warrior 2. Arms strong, the warrior. Exhale. Hands to foot. In, sky reaching. And breathe. Now we have 2 more rounds. You're doing super well. Own choice. Now if you don't know what to do, just follow me, but I'm not going to guide you. Allow yourself to be intuitive. What feels a good choice to you? You can clearly watch, but I'm just going to let you find your own flow here. Well done, everybody. One more. And hands back to heart. Just join us when you're ready. Eyes closed, and just stand quietly, please, with your hands at your heart. And I'd like you to observe the effects this has had on your body. First of all, notice a very clear physical. You've worked every major muscle of your body. That's one reason we practice. But also you have increased your heart rate, but in a very safe and effective way. So your heart will be elevated, your heart rate. You will almost certainly be in your lower heart range, unless you have a, you're very unfit, but usually it's lower heart range. And then, without opening your eyes, step your feet wider and turn your palms forward and lift your heart. This is known as goddess pose in yoga. And now I'd like you to tune into the pranic body. Can you feel any energy, any tingling in your palms, your hands? If you can, you've also increased your pranic body. You have more prana, more energy flowing. And then there's even a deeper aspect to this practice. If you keep your eyes closed, but look into your dark space in front of your closed eyes, known as Chittakash, we have balanced the right and left side of our brain. So this is a wonderful practice for balancing the vagus nerve, so the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system are in balance. And you can use it to calm your mind, and as such you can, sometimes I'll use this if I can't sleep at night. I'll get out of bed and do enough rounds of Sutas until I'm yawning, I'm feeling tired, and invariably I'll go to sleep, because it's usually the mind that keeps us awake. And then just let your body soften. Don't open your eyes, just maybe listen to the music. And I'd like you to move in any way that feels intuitively good. Again, your body knows what it needs, so there is no right or wrong way. You may want to sway, you may want to take a little stretch, even a sort of a few dance type movements. Please go ahead. Again, it's teaching us to be intuitive, listen to the guidance from our body, because your body will know exactly what moves it needs now. So go with that flow. Again, just leave the eyes closed, please, for the next few moments while you explore what is right for you right now. Good. And then big stretch up and have a shake. Well done, everybody. Are you all okay? Are you all okay at home? Brill. Yeah, it is quite long if you're not used to it, but I can guarantee you will get used to it. And most people in time can manage this 12 rounds. So very well done. Okay, please hydrate. That's really, really important, of course. You can, if you haven't got water, you've got the tap, or you can get some bottled water. All right, now, So let's look at some asana that awaken the third eye in standing. So now we come to our standing part of the class, and the one that I like to use frequently because it perfectly embodies what we're working with is Garudasana, eagle pose. So think of the qualities of the eagle and how it needs to use its very focused gaze, and we're going to embody that as far as we can. So we'll do the arms first, and you can applause stop at any point. So we take the arms out, and if I go sideways, it's easier, I think. Put your right elbow on top of your left arm. Your palms are turning out. Turn your palms together towards each other, and hold your fingers if you can. If you've got quite chunky arms, you may not manage this. So those of you with big muscles or just tightness in your shoulders, push the arms away and lift your arms and breathe. Keep breathing. And just feel that. Just open the upper back. It should feel a good stretch. And then if you like Seal, you can sing along with Seal. You get some of my favourite music in the playlists. Now, bring the arms back down, and we're going to wrap the right leg over the left, okay? And squeeze your legs together. And you're going to need to slightly bend your knees for this. Now, that is eagle pose, but ideally, you're just going to move your hands away from your face to start with. Tuck your foot around the back of your leg. Again, you may not be able to balance, so if you can't balance, don't worry, just put your foot down. But it will help enormously if you gaze at something on the floor that's not moving, and keep that steady gaze. Keep breathing. If you're keeping your balance, you can push your arms away and sink lower. Focus your mind. Come out of it. And there's Sting talking about his spirit. Fly, fly. Open out. That's it. Just fly, just like the eagle. And enjoy. Lovely. Bring your hands back to your heart. So left arm on top. Palms out. Turn the palms towards each other. Interlace your fingers if you can. Push the elbows away. Feel the opening of your back, and press your elbows up and away, but keep your shoulders down. It should give you a really lovely opening stretch in your upper back. Stay with your breath. Stand onto your right foot, or whatever foot you didn't use before, and wrap your left leg behind. So, or you can just keep your toes on the mat, that's first level. If you can wrap round, squeeze your legs together. Focus your gaze, find your drishti points. And again, you can, if you've got your balance, you can push your elbows up and away. Keep breathing. Okay, no worries if you wobble. Come out of it, no judgments. Come out of it and fly. Good. Roll your shoulders. Well done, everybody. Shake out. Dancer pose. Another one. Like you have to. I always have to say you've got to look at this representation here. If you could put your toes on your head, then you're going to do it, and hold your hands behind your head. You can. I let Rich demonstrate it with the strap. You can do it with a strap, or you can just work with your hands. Sometimes I'll teach both. Today we'll just work with either. Now we'll keep it simple to start with. Take your right hand out and hold on to the inside of your left foot. This is a quadricep stretch, and just hold that for a moment. Just find that balance initially. You can reach up with the arm if you like. Now, this is where your visualization comes in. You can start to lift your left leg and lean forward initially, keeping a gaze a long way in front, a very steady gaze. The calm eyes will help keep your mind calm and quiet. Hold it there. Now the idea is now, I'll just have to tell you because I can't do it, is to take both arms behind. This is where your straps come in, and put your foot into a strap like Rich is doing and pull yourself closer. So you're trying to get your head and toes to touch and your arms down your back, okay? Very, very challenging unless you're super, super flexible. Let's just do it without the strap and then we can all have a go with the strap. So let's do the other side first. Personally, I like to do it this way because we can all hopefully, and again, feel free if you've got to hold on, that's okay. Start with your quadricep stretch. Knees level, pelvis square, grow tall. Find your steady gaze, and then we lean forward. So this helps us get the right leg as high as we're able to get it. And you can take that left arm right out in front. Keep breathing. Come out of it. Come back into a steady position in Tadasana. When we return to Tadasana, again, it just calms the mind, standing mountain. Now, I'm saying use the strap, but I'm not sure how many straps we've got. We tended to not, obviously for obvious reasons, loan out equipment so much now, but if you have a strap, you can even use a top or a t-shirt or something like this, which is quite stretchy. Are there a few? Yeah, help yourselves. Oh, okay, go and help. Yeah, help yourself to a strap if you'd like one. So I'm going to leave it up to you. You can use a strap or you can do what I'm doing. You can see I'm using my t-shirt. And I'm going to simply pull my leg up. And the aim, as you can tell, is to bend your elbows and have your elbows pointing up and then reach for your foot, just like it's showing on that diagram. So go ahead, don't let me stop you. And I'd like to see at least one person with their toes on the head. And no pressure, anybody. So, or you can just repeat what you did. So, do you all understand that at home? That's it, Petra? Yes, you're having a good go at that. You can hold on to a chair, Helen. Absolutely. Good. And again, no worries. I mean, unless you're super, super flexible, super, super strong, you're not going to get your toes on your head. That's a really super good one there, Rich. Can you bend your elbows a bit more, Rich? Because is that asking too much? You should do it on both sides, because often I'll find when I'm teaching, I'll demonstrate without thinking about it on my good side, and then I forget my weaker side, because we tend to go to our, we tend to work with our weaker side, our stronger side first without even realizing, which clearly makes us more unbalanced. It's tricky, that one. That's it, that's it. Well done, whether you're watching at home or whatever's going on. Good, that's a good one, Rich. You got that really well. All right, everybody, are you okay? Have a shake out. Well done. So before we come to mat, we're going to make the lotus flower mudra. Fingers, little finger and thumb touching, fingers splayed, and like the lotus flower. I actually often use this for the crown chakra, which is coming up next week, but we're actually going to do it in a slightly different way. You're going to put your thumbs onto your third eye. So when we take a little bit of pressure onto the third eye, we'll be looking at child pose, which is a very obvious one. But we're going to do it in a pose. So we're going to take a warrior one. Okay, so left leg forward, right leg back, pelvis square to your front. Start by touching your third eye, sink down, and if you can, I'd like you to back bend and make your lotus flower shape at the same time. Breathe. Adding in your back bend, lovely. And these actually, if you ever want to, take a nice yoga pose, go and stand outside and get somebody to take a picture of you, because if you do it on your head, they can look quite nice. You'll often see them used in yoga publicity. And then straighten both arms, both legs, look to the sky, and we're having a forward fold. So keeping your right hip forward, forward fold. I haven't asked you to get blocks, so don't worry if you can't quite reach the floor. You need to bend the left knee. Step the right leg back a little bit, bring the right hip forward. Inhale, exhale, forward fold over that left leg to the best of your ability. You might like to lift up first. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Stay with it now, stay with your breath, surrender to it. And let's not forget our mantra, Om Varanam Namaha. My life is in harmony with the universe. So not using force, not using struggle, celebrating where you are in this position, honouring it, knowing that we're all unique. Left leg swings back, take a child pose or down face dog, whichever feels a better choice to you for a brief break. And then you can bend your knees if you're in down dog, and you can walk through or jump through, or you can simply just stand back up and you can come into a little vinyasa there if you want. Chair pose. Okie doke, so we all up. Well done. So let's step back with our left. Pelvis square, make the same mudra. Visualize or think indigo, add a back bend, and feel and imagine and create that sense that you're bringing in energy to your third eye through your visualization of the opening, the surrendering to the universe, the breathing. Stretching up again, reaching really long, stretch up, shoulders down, both hips square. Just watch that left hip, everybody. Some of you are a little bit rotated out. Bring your left hip forward, align it with the right hip, reach up, and as you exhale, come into your forward fold. You can step that left leg back a bit. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Again, you can come up. Sometimes I'll use a wiggly movement to come down. I personally find that works for me. Stay with it. Return to down face dog. And in down face dog, for those of us who'd like a stronger practice, we're going to just come into, before we come to the floor, feel free to watch or stay in child pose. We're going to come into flip the dog, also known as wild thing. So I'll teach it. If you haven't seen it before, you might want to watch. I normally move my left foot in a fraction, bend the right knee, and open out the right knee. Now, this is the first part of it. So maybe if you feel confident, you can do scorpion dog. You open out your right knee, and your toes are going to the left side. So if you're going to flip the dog, you're going to push into your left foot and left hand and have the confidence to swivel around and come into a back bend, looking towards your right hand. That's known as flip the dog, or I prefer the name wild thing. And then you flip back round, come into down face dog, or take a break in child pose. Keep breathing, take a short break, rest here. Now move your right foot in a fraction, left leg comes up, extend it, and then bend the knee. So the toes go towards your left side, and you're lifting your left knee as high as you can. Push into your right hand, your right foot. Have the confidence to use the strength, and then flip round and come into flip the dog. And you can lift your hips as high as you can manage. Well done, everybody. And let's all come to child pose. And let me just, we've got a lot of strimming. We've got the people behind us building an extension. So I don't know whether that's a strimmer or whether it's doing an extension, but it has been a very noisy summer. Maybe you've had that at your house, lots of work going on in people's houses. So let's just rest for a few moments in child pose now, please. And child pose is actually one of the best asanas to awaken the third eye. So while you're in this position, please just now take a moment to calm your mind. Just try and detract from that noise if you are here live. Just try not to let that be a nuisance to you. Let me shut this other door here. Just shut out the noise a little bit. Yeah, you can never, as we all know, we can never guarantee, lovely peace and quiet. We just have to go with it, not let it become upsetters. And just focus on your breath. And remember, you've got your mantra to come back to at any time. Lovely. Okay, so we're not going to do another back bend because for some of us we've just done another one, and you do lots of back bends anyway in Salute to Sun, of course. Just keep repeating your cobras. So we're going to come to our inversion sequence, our spine twist, and we'll be finishing before we come into Shavasana with some Nadi Shodhana single nostril breathing, which is a wonderful way of awakening third eye. So we're going to, I'm going to show you a slightly more advanced version of plow pose, because we're going to use these fingers. We're going to use the fingers pointing up to the sky, which again slightly helps awaken third eye. Now, at this stage of class, I invite you, if you'd like to do the more restorative style, go ahead. You've got your bolsters. You can put your lower back, your bottom on the bolster and do your shoulder stand and your plow. If you're happy to do something a little bit stronger, at least maybe please watch initially. So, we're coming onto our back and we're going to come into shoulder stand. And in shoulder stand, you can play around with it. So you can take your wide legs, you can helicopter your legs again. These are all suggestions. So, and some people like to come into, it takes me a while to get into this, so I'm not going to demonstrate it fully, but I'll just do it to there. Some people can quite easily, dependent on their flexibility, make a lotus position. So what I did want to talk to you about, though, was going into plow. Now this is a little bit stronger, widening the legs, find your balance, and take your fingers pointing to the sky. Oh, good. Oh, well, where's my gunch? Okay, so if you want to be a Bond girl, this is what you need to do. But ideally, though, you need really long legs and you need to be about 21. So I'm afraid I don't fall into that category, but I'm going to imagine it and visualize it for a few moments. Just don't get all my bottom rich, okay? That's not a good look. And then to come out of it, again, if you want the more advanced version, you interlace your thumbs like this, and you can roll yourself down. Again, not everybody can come down like this just yet. Legs all the way down, and we have another option. Again, you can stay here and come onto your crown. Remember, this can all be done on your bolster. And this is a similar idea. Again, you need to be a little bit stronger. You take one hand away than the other. You point your fingers to your toes, and you lift your toes just slightly off the floor. So I'm wanting to use that pointing fingers simply just because, again, it's that sort of idea of reaching for the sky. Okay, now that's a slightly more advanced version. You don't have to do those versions. You will be doing a spine twist when you've finished your inversions, and then we'll sit back up for some Nadi Shodhana. So the end of a 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga class, again, you always have a few minutes because of the different levels, and I invite you now to take some form of inversion. Maybe it could be child pose. You know, you feel you've done plenty today, or maybe you want the bolster. So can I invite you now to do what feels good to you? If you're not sure, I normally come round and help now. So again, if you're at home or on catch-up, please use an option that feels good to you. And let's just slightly change the music again. We'll go to something a little bit more. Right, so what shall we listen to now? So we're going to listen to Sanctus now. Again, Sanctus means holy, associated with the third eye. You know, that we just have this sense that we are awakening our higher self. Now, if I've said something and you can't remember, I'm just walking around now. If you're not sure what you want to do, then please ask as I come round. You all right there, Marilyn?
Yeah. What's that? I was trying to do that, which I used to be able to, but it was a while.
Well, you know, you'll get back.
I should keep trying.
You're doing very, very well. It doesn't matter. You, in fact, used to do it. And would you like to use a bolster for your bottom or not? So you can, like Becky behind you, bet you can use the bolster if you'd like. Would you like me to get you a bolster? I'll get you one. So again, listen to your innate intuition. What's your body telling you? And that is the right thing to do. And all I'm inviting you to do, please, is to make sure it's some form of inversion. The blood comes to the brain, the head activates the whole brain, Agya chakra, So put it underneath your, like put it right down on your back.
Behind me.
Yes,
And then
and
the
yes,
arms way.
yes. And then what you can do is you can just lift your bottom, or you can, and just sit on it and then gently lie back. Then go take it steady, won't you? Yeah, you might feel a bit dizzy on the warmth, and then just simply lift your feet into the air. That's more of a restorative version. That's it. Okay, good. And you can remember your restorative. Are you all right, Beck? You all right after last week?
Just really tired this week, so it's been a bit harder
Yeah.
this week.
Okay. Well, you're here.
Yeah.
I think I think you've got to say to yourself that's positive. Well, you're here, so I try and always find the goodness in it, find the celebration. That's it, Rich. You got it. But can you put your toes on the floor as well? No chance. All right. Well, you don't look like a Bond girl. You might be pleased to hear. You'll be pleased to hear. Are you guys all right here? Yeah. And again, you can just choose to do your restorative versions. Well done. Michelle, good to see you back. Did the whole class? You'll feel all right about it?
Nice.
Yeah, so it's better to do it live. You don't get back with people.
It's nice doing it at home.
Yeah.
But it is quite nice.
Well, the nice thing is you've got the option these days.
Yes,
That's one good thing that's come out of all of this.
Yeah.
You can do, whatever, and you
know,
can do
it's
more
good.
classes. So
Oh yeah, I've done loads more.
yeah, so that's good. Yeah, well,
Bit of
yoga.
blip recently where I haven't done
Yeah,
much,
but no, yoga's great. You haven't lost anything. Carol, you okay?
Oh, yes, I'm thank you. I was just thinking, I'd have to get some different clothes. This button sticking in my back.
Oh, have a look at some holidays. Go through a slight discount for you. Before you go, have a look. Oh, you've got your socks as well anyway.
I have got this. I have to have bought them.
Yeah. Have a look. I'll show you because they're different sizes. Tony, okay? All right. Good, perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like us all, please, to come into a spinal twist at some point. So there's no rush. You might be on one side. You might just need to do something a little bit more for yourself. But let's all take a spinal twist because we haven't had a spine twist, have we? Now again, let me give you a few options. I think I'd advise you to stay on the floor now. We've done a lot of standing. So the knees need to go over to our left side. And the right arm stretches out. And we turn the head to the right. So if we could all come into that position, if you want to do the restorative version, you can put your right knee on the bolster and your left leg can be straight. Stay with this. Now, if that feels really easy peasy to you because you're quite flexible, this is the next choice. You can wrap your right knee over your left leg, but your right arm needs to stay on the mat, and we're still turning towards the right side. And then if you still want to go deeper, you can extend your right leg, hold the toes of your right leg with your left hand, bend the right knee and look to your right. That's known as cat pulling its tail. Slightly stronger, and in this option, the right shoulder will come off the mat. That's okay. And then I'd like us all just to stay here and breathe. And why do we do spine twist? It stretches lots of muscles, it's calming. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, again, we are literally wringing out the internal organs. So we're getting rid of toxicity. And because of the colon going on the right side, I always work with the right side first. Because again, it's going to be more beneficial for you to digestion. And then just stay here. And very, very slowly, in your own time, move a little bit to your left edge of your mat, so you stay on your mat. Knees to the right, left arm stretches out, head turns away to the left. That's your first choice. Second choice is to wrap your left knee over your right leg. Remember, these are all options. You don't have to do them all. Again, be intuitive to your own body. Remember, you're not competing. You're simply finding the practice that works best for you today to give you the most beneficial and nurturing effect. And if we have played a lot of competitive sports, so we are more kind of pitta nature, pitta disposition, You might be inclined, without perhaps even realizing, to become a little bit competitive, but just let go of all of that and listen in. Listen again to your inner voice, your inner guidance. Your final position is to go into cat pulling its tail. Stretch out your left leg, hold the toes of your left foot, bend the right knee and hold the toes of your left leg, and then you still turn your head to the left. And then really slowly, we're going to just sit back up. No, I'll tell you what, let's not sit up. Let's do psychic Nadi Shodhana, which sometimes I teach in restorative yoga because it's a shame to get us back up again. So please, I invite you to come to your back in Shavasana. If you do need to put something a little warmer on, go ahead. So Nadi Shodhana means single nostril breathing. And normally you'd put your index finger and middle finger on your third eye. But today we're just going to do it psychically. Is that the right word? Psychic. We're going to do psychic Nadi Shodhana. And if you can come to restorative yoga tomorrow, either on catch up or live, we'll repeat this. So please lie down and make sure you're comfortable and warm. And what I'd like us to do now, if you haven't done it before, don't worry, just listen to my instruction. Hopefully it will be quite clear. No need to look or get up because you're already in line. So let me just explain. Turn the music down a fraction. Make sure you can all hear me. So we're going to breathe in through the left nostril. And imagine where your third eye is. Like the little pink breast cancer ribbons. You're going to do like a little shape like that. So you're going to come all the way up the left, make a little circle at third eye, and then breathe out the right. Then breathe in right, come up to third eye, make that little circle and switch out to breathing out your left. That was one round. So inhale through left nostril, exhale through right nostril. In right, exhale left. Now you don't need to close your nostrils, I'd like you to just do it in your mind. Again, in left, out right, in right, out left. And for the next few moments, you don't have to do it all the time, I'd like you to focus on that and just work with your breath. And as you do it, I'd like you to visualize the color indigo, the color of the third eye. Again, of course, this is a very calming asana, and it balances your right and left side of your brain. So all of yoga is good for the vagus nerve. It's one of the recommendations. Generally speaking, we'd say a more calming style if it's a really, really strong Ashtanga type class. That can, for some people, put them into stress if they start to be competitive. So just stay with that now. And maybe try do about 5 more rounds. And then you can let it go. And I will be coming round. So here again at home, this is where I'd invite you to, even in the studio, to work with your crystals. You can bring a crystal in. We're working with this, we're depressing on the third eye yesterday in class. So I'm going to be coming in a few moments to press onto your shoulders, your ears and your third eye. Again, if you'd rather I didn't, just indicate to me as I come round you do not want to be touched. Normally I put some Neal's Yard rose balm on my hands, but for some reason it seems to have disappeared. I normally leave it here on the top. So I'm going to use, what shall I use? I do have another oil here. It's a little bit of a fresher smell, but it's still nice. I think it's lemon. If you've been outside with us, normally if we decided to go in the garden today, I would have been using lavender. We've got some fresh lavender in the garden, and of course that's perfect for the third eye. So in this style of yoga, we finish with chanting each chakra sound in turn. Each chakra has its own bija mantra, the mantra that awakens that particular chakra. This part of the class can be done from sitting or lying. If you choose to sit, please remember you're in meditation, so you'd roll over, but keep your eyes closed and come to cross-sitting. Otherwise, feel free to lie as you are. So if we have new people in the class, I'll say just a very brief word about each chakra in turn. In time, if you all know the chakras, we'll just chant the sound one after the other. So bring our awareness to Muladhara, the root chakra. The color is red. When this chakra is awakened and balanced, we feel grounded and stable and know our core needs will be met. The bija mantra is Lam, and we literally vibrate this part of the body with that sound. So in men, it's in the perineum, and in ladies, it's in the cervix. So bring your awareness to this place of the body, visualize the color red, and with your intention, direct your prana, your breath and your mantra into the root chakra. Take an inhale. Moving to Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, the color is orange. When this chakra is awakened, we feel joyful and creative. Vam. Inhale. Vam. solar plexus, yellow like the sun. When this is awakened, we feel a sense of self-worth and know we can manifest our intentions and desire. Ram. Inhale. Ram. Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, green. When it's in balance, we feel love and compassion for ourselves, but we can also give and receive love. Yam. Throat chakra, Vishuddhi, the color is blue. When this is awakened, we speak our truth, but we know we're being heard and listened to. Blue, hum. Hum. Agya chakra, third eye. Of course, we've been practicing to awaken the third eye today. When we awaken this, we have that deepest sense of connection to our higher self. We may develop extra perception, clairvoyance, clairaudience, or just that sense of inner knowing. Indigo, Sham. Third eye is the chakra we've just been working with, and of course that leads straight to the crown chakra, Sahaswara. And visualize your crown chakra as a lotus flower with 1,000 petals, an infinite number, reminding us our connection to divine. Golden or ultraviolet light streaming in through the crown, and the mantra is Om. If you're lying, please begin to stretch out as you feel the need. Take your time. When you feel ready to do so, roll to your favorite side, but leave your eyes still closed. And sit up slowly when you feel ready to do so in your own time. Take your time. And we finish the practice by bringing our hands into Namaste, and we seal today's mantra in. My life is in harmony with the universe. Om Varunam Namaha. And if you choose and you'd like to read the beginning of the 7 Spiritual Laws of Yoga book or 7 Spiritual Laws of Success book, you'll see that we can in time ask ourselves what we call the soul questions. Who am I? What do I want? And ultimately, when I feel more in balance, how can I help? How can I serve? How can I use my own unique talents and gifts to become the best version of myself, and ultimately to use those gifts, talents, for the good of mankind? So just something to reflect upon. Rub your palms till you feel the warmth, and we bring that energy, that warmth into the eyes by palming the eyes, and eye exercise, and look into Chittakash, that dark space. And this is a time, in time, if not yet, with practice, almost certainly we'll start to see colour, shape or form as we can reawaken our pineal and pituitary glands, which are usually, for most adults, they become dormant at adolescence and puberty. So just watch without expectation. And then very slowly separate your fingers, continue to gaze into that space. Clearly there is more light, but I sometimes find I might not see the colour, but I often get a sense of the third eye, and that's how it's represented in spiritual texts as an internal eyeball. There might be a change of light or elliptical type shape. Again, just be aware of it. No need to seek it. These things occur when we're least expecting. So thank you for your presence, everyone, today. You can bring your hands back to your heart if you wish. And let's wish ourselves and each other namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with me or with us. And namaste means I honor the light, or you can replace it with the divine in you as I honor it in myself, and I know that we are one. So it's a lovely little blessing for the end of class. Good. How are you all?
Super.
Super?
Good, thank you.
Good. Are you all right? How are you at home? You all right? Did you stay with us? Yes. I hope you saw my Bond girl impersonation. I hope you heard. Rich said I look like a Bond girl, but my response was, I'm not young enough. I need to be in my 20s and have much longer legs and be a lot more beautiful. Otherwise, yes, I'm a Bond girl. Why not? Enjoy your day, everybody. Thank you for being with us. See you all soon. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye, everybody.